That's right.
I was pregnant. I felt I had a lot of morning sickness, and then I was like, oh, this doesn't help at all.
Yeah.
But really he came out against that. I mean, he went.
The paparazzi.
Yes. So I do remember that.
That's probably one of the first tragic events I remember.
Really?
I was like a junior in high school, but it was one of the first tragic events that I remember that affected me emotionally. Outside of like my grandfather passing away.
Right.
And it was like, why am I sad about this? Like, I was so confused. Like, I don't know this lady. Why does this make me sad? Well, she got married the year I was born. So she was kind of like the famous mom figure my whole life.
Right. I felt the same way. It really affected me because I loved her. I woke up at like 4 or 5 in the morning to watch the wedding when they got married. And when Rachel was a baby, she came to Chicago. I lived in Chicago at the time. So I lived way out in the suburbs, like an hour without traffic away.
Wow.
And she was going to be in Chicago. And I thought, I should just wrap this baby up and go see her. But I just didn't. I go, you know what? I'll see her next time. And then
there wasn't a next
she
time.
passed away. And I thought, you can't wait. If you want to do something, you need to do it. And don't wait for someone else. I think she did so many good things too.
Yes. There was a lot of negativity thrown at her because of the whole divorce.
Right.
But she was a good person, I believe. She was always like activist for good things.
Exactly. She used her fame to show light on.
And she came from, even though like I think she came from a pretty decent family, it was kind of like a middle class. You know, it was kind of like a Cinderella story.
Yeah, it was.
It really was.
It was.
And her dresses were amazing.
It was fun to see her.
Yeah. I remember it being... how did we get on this? Okay, George Clooney came out.
Married. Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
Totally. It makes complete sense that you would go into Princess Diana.
Right. Courteney Cox got engaged.
I know. I didn't even realize she was dating the Snow Patrol guy.
I don't know who the Snow Patrol guy is. Do you know him? Like, have you heard of I've heard of Snow Patrol.
I have.
I'm not a fan, so I don't know anything about them.
I've listened to some of their songs. I have one of them on one of my Spotify lists.
Good.
One of them. But yet again, when I go, she's marrying a Snow Patrol guy. And then later I'm like, that's the Snow Patrol, so I get it. So I'm not a huge fan, but I do like them. It was really sweet how they did it.
So sweet. And crazy thing is, it's been 20 years since Friends.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And she was on Jimmy Kimmel when she was telling this story. And she was saying that she went to her friend Jen's house, Jennifer Aniston. Jen.
Just say Jen.
Yeah. For dinner because it was her daughter's birthday,
Coco's birthday.
And her now fiance and Jennifer planned out this whole extravagant thing where he got down on one knee and said, "Will you marry me?" And Jennifer said, "Will you marry him?" At the same time.
At the same time,
Can
they
you
synced
see
it
that
up.
happening with like Joey and Rachel and Friends?
Oh, that's so cute.
It is.
Yes.
It really is. So, that's sweet.
I kind of wondered, I'm like, would Coco be, hey, it's my birthday.
Look
it's
at you.
all about
I hadn't
me.
even thought about that.
Like when you're 10, because didn't they say they synced it up? So they go like 1, 2, and then 3. He got down on the knee and said it, and Jen said it. And then I'm sure Coco's like, wait, it's my birthday. Where's
right.
the cake?
Where's Justin Bieber?
So
wait, is Justin Bieber still good?
She might like him. I don't think my daughter's
How old's your younger
them.
daughter?
She's 16. So One Direction, totally.
Really?
All about One Direction.
I thought they were like a couple years ago. They've got some staying power.
I think
They're
so.
like
I think
the
she's still...
New Kids on the Block.
Right. They are. I know. And then there's
So
someone
out of
new.
touch.
There's a new one. It's really
Sam
sad.
Smith. There's a Sam guy.
Sam Smith?
Is it Sam Smith?
I think so.
I think so too.
Let's just go with
What
that.
do they think of Miley? As a 16-year-old girl, what do they think of Miley? Because
Okay,
that's
Janet.
what everyone is talking about. Miley is affecting the youth. Is she?
Let's see what you think about what I love Miley Cyrus.
I do too.
Do you?
I do.
She seems like she's got an amazing voice. Right.
She went from teen Disney girl and didn't end up in rehab yet.
Exactly.
She is like a world famous, and she's Billy Ray Cyrus's daughter. That was a lot to come out of.
A lot to handle. Dolly Parton's is her godmother, too.
That's a good thing for her,
right.
I think. Are you a country music fan?
I don't listen to a lot of country music, but I do listen
Coat of Many Colors? Dolly Parton?
I do.
Spotify it tonight.
Okay, I will.
And if you're listening, Spotify that song because I love that song.
Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat is what I thought. Is that wrong? I'm like, what? Where are you going? That's squirrel. A little off, but I see where you're doing.
Nobody I'm friends with likes country music. It's weird.
What is the 16-year-old just downloaded a bunch of songs on a CD so we can listen to it in the car, and one of them is Dolly Parton. What's the woman's name?
Jolene?
Jolene.
Yes, that's a good one.
I like that one. So I'm listening to that and Miley Cyrus.
The 16-year-old downloaded some Jolene?
Yes.
You have a cool daughter.
She's all
not
over
care
the map.
I think that.
She will. No, she'll like it. She'll be like, yeah. Yay. But I do like Miley Cyrus because she is her own person.
She's crazy. She can't keep her clothes on.
Right.
And I'm so glad I'm not her mom.
But you, exactly.
Right.
But you need to, what do I want to say? You move out, like we said, you moved out when you went to college.
Yes.
Everybody can sort of do it without the world watching.
Right.
So the world is watching her, and she's sort of like, I don't really care. Here we go.
Do you follow
I think she's
her
gonna
on Instagram?
I don't.
She is hilariously crazy on Instagram. I gotta say, that's probably one of the best people to follow on Instagram.
Really?
Because you're like, WTF, WTF.
What is
but
going
it's
on?
like a car wreck. You have to keep watching.
Uh-huh.
And then she'll have a picture with her mom.
Oh, her mom
Tish.
seems to go with it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And so's her dad. They're kind of like, banking, keep doing it.
Yep.
So hopefully she's like got some people to be keeping her grounded.
Right.
Because there's got to be some drugs involved from some of her innuendos, which...
From the songs, I would say yes.
At her age, it's not like we can all say we were clean as the white snow at that age, you know?
Well, if Rachel and Julie are listening, yes. I'm going to go with
crap.
yes. No, that's okay. That's fine. Really, you know what? I really didn't do drugs. I'm really boring. But you could drink when you were 18.
What?
When I was 18.
Where? Here?
Here in Colorado.
Oh.
And then it was 19 in Wyoming for everything.
See, that's what I wasn't like smashed on drugs at that age either. Sorry, guys.
That's fine.
But you definitely like experiment with alcohol.
You
and,
experiment with
yeah.
guys, I'm going to say. I mean, you just
with boundaries.
Test boundaries. Thank you.
Smart boundaries.
Boundaries everywhere. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And that's how you learn what you like and you don't like. And I don't think I did that enough. So I always admire people who do it. I think she's being age appropriate.
Yeah.
And she's smart because at this MTV Music Awards?
Mm-hmm. Oh, the homeless guy?
Right. She didn't go crazy. Mm-mm. She sort of went a different way. Mm-hmm. I thought that was
But then,
impressive.
of course, the media dug, and he had warrants for his arrest and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter.
I know.
Did Miley Cyrus pull a background check? Probably not.
No.
Because that's ridiculous.
Show me a homeless person who doesn't have a criminal background, and I'll show you someone with a home.
Right. That's probably why they're homeless.
Right.
Yeah. I work in recruiting. We pull background checks. If you have a record, you're not going to get a job. Don't have a job, you might have a problem keeping a home.
Right. Exactly.
ABC.
Yeah.
So I cried. Did you cry? Did you watch the MTV awards?
I didn't. You know what? I got rid of cable. I so want... if you could see Janet's face, it's too bad we don't have the TV cameras now.
I'm so confused.
I know. When I was just cutting back, I watched The Housewives way too much, Janet.
Oh,
and
I've
so
never
I said
gotten
we
into
need
them.
to. So I have ETV, but I don't have MTV.
Okay.
And I don't have Bravo with all the crazy housewives.
I don't watch them.
You're a better person than I am.
I fell into the Kim Kardashian trap. I'm not. This
okay.
last year was the first year. Steve was out of town, and I was watching. You know how, like, on Saturdays and Sundays on E, they, like...
Run it.
Yeah, just crazy stuff.
Right.
And they're like, tomorrow, the season premiere of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And I was like, you know what? Steve's out of town. I'm going to check this out. See what the heck? Because I was like, you mentioned Kim Kardashian. My claws came out because I'm like, how is this woman famous?
Right.
She's kind of genius, again.
Do you think she's genius, or do you think her mom is?
I think she is, because her mom got pulled into it a couple years after the whole sex tape, right? Keeping Up with the Kardashians? Wasn't that a few years after Kim Kardashian was Paris Hilton's unknown BFF, and then she had a sex tape with Ray J?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, everyone's like, Kim Kardashian, what? And then
her mom...
Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and that's when her mom came into the picture.
Okay, all right. You probably know more than I do.
No, I don't. This is me, like... from afar. But this year I did watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Sometimes I will
and it was the
flip
wedding
through
one.
it. Did you? The second one. Which one?
I think it's like the third or fourth one.
Wait,
like there's one we don't really know about, Chris Humphries, so I think this is the third.
Okay, so you didn't
and
watch
she's my age.
The Chris Humphries wedding on TV. You watched the Kanye. Yeah.
That was pretty intense. In Italy.
I know.
Everyone gets married in
It's
Italy.
so pretty.
Well, I guess Venice is not in Italy, but George has a house. Is it?
Yes.
Venice, France. Venice, Italy.
No, I'm pretty sure it's in Italy.
Ignorance. Just shining through. Wow.
George
had a house in Italy, but I think he sold it. Did he upgrade?
I'm going to say no. I think he still has his house on Como Lake. I could be wrong with the lake.
There you go, knowing stuff.
But I got married at Como Inn in Chicago, an Italian restaurant that has been torn down since then. And I know Venice because we went there when I was a kid, which was an amazing experience.
I bet. Do you remember it?
I do. When I say kid, I'm so old, I meant 20.
Oh. I'm like,
Not
I don't
5.
remember vacations when I was a kid.
But
I didn't go anywhere cool.
My uncle lived in Germany, so my parent, and he traveled all over the world. And at that time, he had so many frequent flyer miles that my whole family could go to Europe on his frequent flyer miles, except for one of us, I think. So it was a wonderful experience. So that's how I'm 99% sure. Although you could be...
No.
Okay.
I'm pulling stuff out of the randomness that I know from Twitter.
That was I know for sure, because we could not go to Paris or France because you had to get a special passport. But we did go to Italy.
Case?
No, it was back when I was a kid, in quotes, i.e. 20. We went to Europe, or England, London. There we go.
Yes.
And my dad wanted to go, like, pub hopping. So I went with them just to...
Could you drink at 18 there, too?
You can drink, I think,
at 16?
whenever. And so I felt like, I don't know when you can drink, but you could.
Okay.
It wasn't a problem for me to go in and have a beer. And these are dark. It's not the
heavy
3-2 Coors Light that I've been used to. And really, I was drinking a lot of it when I was 20. And like 4 bars in, I was just smashed. I'm like,
but how was your dad?
He was pretty good. He's a big guy. So he was keeping up pretty well. And I'm trying to play it off. But
Did you get sick?
No, I did not get sick. And luckily the bars closed. It was a Sunday night. So that saved me.
That's awesome. Traveling the world with the family.
It was an amazing experience.
Nice.
I think everyone should be odd man out at some point in your life.
What does that mean?
Being the American in Italy in particular, because we were tall, blonde, wore jeans and tennis shoes. Germans or people from the UK who would not wear tennis shoes and jeans. They would be dressed a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
So we clearly stuck out as...
Were they rude?
Americans. One place in Rome did not serve us. They served everyone else. There were some soldiers. They just completely ignored us. And finally, after a little while, we just left.
You decided,
this
is not the place for us.
I guess they don't want us. And then someone... in Germany, where my aunt lived, they recommended a place in Florence. So it was off the tourist path, and it was so